So today we're going to talk about Pokemon Pokopia, when it's releasing, what all you can do in the game, and overall thoughts and opinions, because this definitely is a different direction in the Pokemon universe. I also want to talk to you guys about the absolute chaos that is Peace Island, because apparently a lot of people have been excited for this game for years. Then it gets released and now people are big mad. But before we get into everything, hi, I'm Yans with Yans Cozy Arcade, and welcome to another episode of the Cozy Arcade Weekly, where we talk about gaming news, gaming events, and a little bit of tech. And if that's something that you're interested in, please consider subscribing. I would really appreciate it. Okay, back to Pokemon Pokopia. This game will be releasing March 5th, 2026 on the Switch 2 only, which in turn caused a bunch of people to run to the store and purchase a Switch 2 for this game alone, which is what I've been saying all along, that we need to get a game that people want and have to buy for the Switch 2. So mission accomplished on that end. You play as Ditto that transforms into your playable character, which you do get to customize, and you rebuild the town and interact with Pokemon in this cozy life sim style format that also gives Minecraft. So basically it's giving Minecraft, Animal Crossing, and Dragon Quest Builders, which I've never played, but maybe you have. But as I looked into gameplay of Dragon Quest Builders, oh my gosh, it's basically the same, just with Pokemon. This game is literally calling out to so many different types of players: the Pokemon players, the Minecraft players, the Animal Crossing players, and the Dragon Quest Builders players. Is actually a really smart move. So in the game, you get to craft, build, cook, and explore different biomes, and the day and night cycle is tied to real time. I sometimes love when games do that, but as a person who works all the time, it can be kind of rough playing at reasonable times. And so you end up stuck playing at a certain time frame every day, whether it's only at night or only in the morning, you know? So I don't know, how do you guys feel about that? Also, when you're building a hut or a home, since it does follow real time, it will take actual minutes to build. Some people don't mind, but for others, it can be a bit frustrating, especially when you want things done immediately. So, as you're playing, the Pokemon are actually teaching Ditto unique abilities to interact with the environment, which is actually a really cool take on Pokemon abilities. Instead of battles, they're using their skills to help transform the environment. This is a really nice break from having Pokemon battles and just kind of promoting a more chill experience, you know? It makes me think of is if any of you played Sonic Adventure 2, as you go through the levels as Sonic, Shadow, Knuckles, all of them, and after all that fighting, you get to come back to the Chow world where it's super chill, it's so peaceful, you take care of the Chows, you feed them, you take them to school. A lot of people loved that about Sonic Adventure 2 because it brought like a nice balance. It called out to many different types of players, and that's what I think this game is doing as well. Not sure if there will be combat per se in this game, but we shall see. There's even a really cute multiplayer mode where it's kind of like prop hunt, which I really enjoyed that in Call of Duty, for example, where you transform into objects like barrels and trees, and other players have to find you like a hide and seek kind of thing. It's super fun and always brings a ton of laughter. You can also build things together, which is really cool. Now, the main question with this game though is whether or not it will let players build freely or will it be directed quests. Now, the directors have said that it will take around 20 to 40 hours to complete, but players are encouraged to go beyond the end roll and hopefully will be motivated to continue playing the game. But by the looks of it, y'all, I think it's really cute and I think it would be worth continuing to play. Some people are disappointed that it will not be on the Switch 1, forcing them to purchase a Switch 2 for $450 or $500 if you want to buy the Mario Kart bundle, plus the $70 for this game. That's a lot of money, and it depends on whether or not you think it's worth it. Now, in my opinion, if you don't already have a Switch 2, it wouldn't hurt to go ahead and buy one, because eventually new games will release and it will be nice to already have this system when they do. There are price increases across the board when it comes to PCs and consoles, and so that also is a possibility. And as the times are moving, the Switch 2 will be our main Nintendo platform. You know, eventually the Switch 1 will, you know, be a thing of the past. However, like I said, the price is pricey. And so it's always good to just wait for a game you are absolutely sure that you want and you're going to play and enjoy. And this game just might not be it. Also, hopefully better versions will come out and special editions. And so that's also another reason to wait. It honestly boils down to you and what works best for you. But overall, how are you feeling about Pokemon Pokopia? Are you thinking about getting it? Let me know. Okay, now let's get into the chaos that is Peace Island, which is so funny to me that it's Peace Island and it's no peace. So Peace Island began in November 2017 when Eric Blumrich and his partner Laura Mackey wanted to make a story-driven game with atmosphere and exploration. They even put all of this in the Steam description box to make sure you know where it all started and why. Okay, so the concept of the game, right? 9 cats wake up on a remote island and find out that all the humans are gone, just poof, disappeared. And you play through the cat's perspective, exploring and discovering the story. So their Kickstarter launched in July 2018 and raised $13,000. Doubling their goal, which helped fund their alphas and demos. People were extremely excited to see a game focused on cats because, well, a lot of gamers are cat lovers, and this game was all about the cats. So this was before Stray even entered the chat too. Yeah, many were excited for this and even patient for the release of this game. I mean, real patient. This game promised dynamic weather, day and night cycles, open world exploration from multiple perspectives. Yeah, it seemed like it was going to be given a lot. Now from 2018 to 2022, the development became very slow and rough. They did have a small community on Discord and Reddit and showed ongoing progress and development, which is cool. So now we move to 2019, 2023, and we start getting some momentum. Articles and posts about the game started to appear, and it seemed as though we were finally getting closer to a release. There was a developer post about the early struggles, failed early Kickstarter, team changes, and perseverance through the setbacks. Okay, stick with me. Now we've entered 2024, 2025, and we have the beta development with weekly dev posts and behind the scenes progress, which I do applaud because I love when a dev team is open about the process instead of hiding it. I appreciate that so much. However, this is where fans started tracking delays. Now, apparently, there have been so many delays with so many different reasons for those delays, and it just seemed kind of strange. So here we are in 2026 with the early access released officially February 27th, and oh my gosh, it just went downhill from here. Okay, so most of these posts and responses are from Eric Blumrich, like one claiming that they were hacked and that's why there was a delay among many other delays. Even once they released the game, Blumrich was openly saying that he understands that some might be disappointed in the game, others might absolutely hate the game and to get a refund. He even told one player, "I seem to have injured your feelings, so sorry. As you know, there is no reward in being a self-appointed AI detector in this quarter. Please contact us for a refund of your money at peaceisland.com." Now, this was a response to the ongoing issue about AI within the game. Blumrich explained that they used images from stock image sites and that some of them had AI imagery in them, and he was not aware, but in this post explaining, he states, "Now let me finish with this. I wish you great journeys in your sifting through the literally thousands of images that are in Peace Island. I am certain you will find a certain thrill run down your back when an image triggers a result on whatever fee, I think he meant free, AI detector you can gain access to. Can we suggest perhaps getting a hobby? We hear stamp collecting is getting hotter. If you need any help with that, give us a call and we can refer you to a local post office." Yeah, that did not go over well. People began saying that the developer seemed mentally unstable, and many decided to just give up on the game altogether. Some players who did buy the game decided to just ask for a refund since, I mean, the dev asked them to, and also seeing the dev insult people on Discord made them want to return it as well. One player states that Blumrich would just delete any and all criticism toward him on Reddit and Discord. As far as the game, players state that it is completely buggy and unplayable, and y'all, it is $20 on Steam right now. Even positive reviews state the game is rough, movements are difficult, and the UI is rough as well. Here's the thing. I understand early access games aren't perfect or polished. I understand that it can take years and years to develop a game. Well, I don't fully understand, but I get it. And I understand that sometimes the audience can be rough and difficult, but oh my gosh, insulting people, being rude, running around with these snappy responses, it's just not a good look. Actually, the worst look. Sometimes it's better to just say nothing, don't over explain, don't respond, just focus on your game and keep going. But what do you think about Peace Island and how the developer handled things? How can the team possibly repair things so that the game can actually flourish? What are your thoughts? Thank you so much for hanging out with me and chatting about these topics. Don't forget to let me know what you think of Pokemon Pokopia and whether or not you gonna get it. Also, don't forget that sometimes saying less is best. Don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed it, and I hope that you have a great week. Come back March 5th or 6th so we can check out Pokemon Pokopia, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye!